Hello guys, welcome to the complete crash course of BBA in Aviation Management. This will be a really long playlist. The chapters taught in this playlist will be live and on-spot doubts will be clarified. And as we are commencing uh, with the second unit of this entire course, let me tell you that we have 6 semesters, out of which this is the first semester ka unit 2. Okay, where we shall be studying about the characteristics of airline profitability. So guys, brace yourselves cause the captain has put the seatbelt signs on, buckle up and prepare for takeoff. Yeah. Let's quickly look into the contents of this particular unit. So, you will be studying about the main industry. The second thing you're going to study about is the characteristics of the passenger airline. Then you have something called a service industry, and lastly you have got characteristics of this service industry. Okay, this uh, chapter looks very small, okay, in terms of the contents what you have. Let me see like how quickly I can finish this entire unit. Okay, uh, let's first look into the main industry. Before I start, let me tell you once again that this information, okay, like the information given in these presentations is not complete. You have to read the information on the screens, and as well as you have to listen to what I explain. And if you wish, you can make your own notes as well. Okay, that's it from my end. Let's begin. Um, the first slide of this unit. Okay, let's see the main industry. Okay, so main industry is the airline industry. Okay, and in the previous module we have studied about what is airline industry. Let me quickly do a recap. Okay, so the airline industry is made up of companies whose primary business activities are completely focused on air transportation for passengers and cargo, and it includes major network carriers, regional carriers, and low cost carriers. Okay, so under the main industry, that is the airline industry, we have got mainline airlines. I will be talking about like all these terms, okay, in some time. Then we will be studying about low cost airlines. Okay, we have discussed a part of this in a previous module. Then we have charter airlines. Again, we have studied this. We have studied a part of this in the previous module. Then we have regional airlines, business class airlines, and lastly, flag carriers. Therefore, seeing this, we have total of 6 different types of main industries. Okay, let's now look into each one of them. Many of the terms we have discussed in the previous module. We shall recap them as well in this particular live session. I request my team to display the next slide to my live viewers. Yep. So the first slide we have mainline airlines. A mainline flight is a flight operated by the airline's main operating unit rather than by regional alliances, regional code shares, regional subsidiaries, or wholly owned subsidiaries offering low cost operations. Other name for mainline airlines is major airlines. Example is Air India. The best example what I can give over here is Air India. Okay. You would ask another question. What is subsidiary? Right? The answer to this question is a company in which the holding company owns at least 51% of voting shares for a majority of okay, or 51% of voting shares, or you can call it as a majority of share ownership. Okay, this is known as subsidiary. Okay, then then we are going to study. Then we have about low cost airlines, an airline that is operated with an especially high emphasis on minimizing operating costs and without some of the traditional services and amenities provided in the fare, resulting in lower fares and fewer comforts, is called as low cost airlines. The best examples, what there are many low cost airlines, right? We know. We can take it as EasyJet, Ryanair, Indigo, SpiceJet, and many more. Then we have charter airlines. A charter is the business for renting an entire aircraft, that is chartering, as a as opposed to individual aircraft seats, that is purchasing a ticket through a traditional airline. Fact for you people that Indigo in the mid August 2020, they have started its very own charter flight service with their DGCA approved Airbus A320s. So if you guys are interested, then you can go and book them. I'm not sponsoring those people. Okay. Then we have regional airlines. Regional airlines are those who give service to passengers from an unserved airport to a major airport of that particular state or a nearby major airport. Okay. Example, you have you might have heard about Star Air, right? It's an airline. It's a regional airline. So Star Air is known for regional carrier. You have even Flybig and a few more airlines like TrueJet, okay, Zoom Air, right? All these airlines are regional carriers. There was a scheme, okay, which was introduced by Government of India under Ministry of Civil Aviation. You guys know about it, and it's still going on. We call it as Udan, Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagrik. What exactly it is? It's an Udan scheme, okay? It is a regional airport development, or you can call it as regional connectivity scheme, okay, RCS of Government of India, okay. Its main objective is letting the common citizen of the country to fly, okay. It's aimed to make air travel affordable and widespread, to boost inclusive national economic development, then to increase jobs, okay, and air transport infrastructure, uh, for the development of all regions and the states of India, okay. Then mm, yeah, then we will be talking about business class airlines. We all know what is business class seating in airlines, right? It comes between economy and first class. Your overall experience improves if you were a economic class traveler and you suddenly opt for a business class, right? If you'll have that difference. The Let me tell you one thing that business class, okay, in any airline, okay, in any aircraft, they are denoted by either two letters. One is Juliet or Charlie, okay. Then mm, then lastly we are studying about flag carriers, okay. Flag carriers is nothing but only carrier to represent the country, or the main airline of the particular country. Do you guys know like who is the main airline of our country, India? It's Air India. Okay. Indian flag carrier Air India was born out of Tata Airlines, which was the first commercial airline in India, founded by late Tata Group Chairman J.R.D. Tata in 1932. Tata Airlines went public and was renamed Air India in 1946. Interestingly, Tata Airlines carried supplies to Iran and carried refugees from Burma during World War II. It was just a small information. Okay. Yeah. And then we shall now have an eye on the characteristics of passenger airlines. Okay. Um, the first one is mainline airlines. A while ago, I have discussed about what is mainline airlines, right? So the first paragraph talks about that. A mainline airline is a mainline flight is a flight operated by an airline's main operating unit rather than by regional alliances, regional code shares, regional subsidiaries, or wholly owned subsidiaries offering low cost operations. Okay. Its main characteristic is to operate between hub airports within their network and on international or long haul services using any one any not any one, sorry, like it's any of their narrow body or wide body aircrafts like Airbus A330s, A380s, A350s, 747s, 777s, 787s, and etc. Then we have regional carriers. Its only characteristic is it is independent, and this only connects small towns and isolated towns to a nearby international airport or a domestic airport or large domestic airport. Okay. Then we have got low cost airlines. Okay, for these low cost airlines, majority of the bookings are done through websites like Make My Trip, airline websites, and etc. And their main focus is on the price. With this, they will have a limited passenger services, and if you wish to have meals for if you wish to have meals for example, then you have to pay an additional fee to them, okay, in order to have your meals on board. The transit time after she lands and takes off back is really less, meaning they want to spend less time on ground to save cost. That's why like if we see the on time performance of the airline in a particular airport, uh, uh, their on time performance will be somewhere above 85 to 90%, okay, or like it'll be above that. Therefore like there are few more, okay, you can go on and read them what's there on the screen. So yep. Then we have business class airlines. Okay. Um, we have different characteristics under this type of airline. One is long haul. What do you mean when I say long haul? What do you mean by this? Okay, just understand this. Traveling in business class is worth only on long haul sectors. If you fly on business class for a domestic destination, like a short destination from Delhi to Mumbai, okay, or a Bangalore to Chennai route, okay, then um, you would probably not be able to enjoy all the luxury on board because of the flight time. Then um, Yeah, this is the biggest thing, biggest disadvantage of business class like seats. Okay, if you really want to enjoy the business class, uh, like the experience of the business class, then you need to really be on an international flight. Okay, you need to be on an international route. Okay, then we have menus. This is self-explanatory in the paragraph given. Okay, but I will tell you that some airlines offer in-flight government meals where the business class passenger will be given different variety of meals to choose from, and upon they have seated, the crew members offer different types of champagne and what and they provide water as well. um, if you have seen Vistara, okay, for example, they have the best in-flight food for business class passengers, and the passengers gets a free Starbucks drink, okay, on every flight, okay, whether it's domestic or international. The Vistara crew provides them a free Starbucks drink as well. Then we have got seating. Okay, long haul business class seats are substantially different from economy class seats. Okay, and many airlines have installed lie flat seats into business class. Lie flat is nothing but seats that can be converted to a bed. Okay, for example, Etihad Airways. If you see the business class seats, okay, they their seats are easily converted to a bed. Okay, you just have to uh, uh, call the you have to call one of the crew members. Okay, and he or she will come and they'll convert your seat to a bed. Okay, and then you can relax, you can back in your straight, and like at a height of 35 to 36, at 30 at 40,000 feet, you can relax easily. Okay, the seats like these, okay, like I'm talking about like lie flat seats. Okay, these seats were available on first class few years back. Okay, but seeing the trend, okay, seeing more passengers traveling on business class rather than first class. Okay, the airlines started upgrading their business class seats. Okay, where a passenger can also lie on the seats comfortably. Okay, and they have a hassle free flight, like throughout the journey, and yeah, like that. So like there are like essentially three types of long haul business class seats. Okay, today we are not going to look on those. Okay, because that will take us really in depth to the chapter, and we are not, and according to the course syllabus, like you are not allowed to like go really in depth. Okay, you have to just understand the meaning of each segment. Okay, and as I like I have already told you that like we have three types of long haul business class seats. Okay, these business class seats, okay, are listed in the ascending order of their quality. Okay, yeah, I can tell you only so much. Okay, yeah, then and yes, if you want to know more about like, if you want me to make a detailed video on different types of long haul business class seats, okay, then drop that in the comments section. Okay, and I'll make a video and soon upload it for you people. Then we have charter airlines. uh, let's read what's there on screen. Okay, first. Okay, in practice, many charter airlines do essentially follow a set schedule with a certain number of flights per week to desirable tourist destinations. Even in this case, individual passengers do not book tickets for a flight. They are sold in bulk to a tour company or travel agency. Charter flights can fly into smaller regional airports that are off limits to major commercial airlines or hard to find flights into. Right? Charter flights are particularly useful for reaching island holidays destinations with limited commercial flight service that would require passengers to make multiple connections. The third point talks, if you have ever imagined flying on a private jet, rolling up directly to the plane, okay, to the plane in your car or taxi, skirting the ever swelling security lines and boarding at your leisure, you can enjoy the same experience on the charter flight. Chartered flights fall into the category of general aviation. I have discussed this point in the previous module, okay? And then a distinction which exempts passengers from some of the regulations associated with commercial flights. Yeah. So me and I is suppose what happens in commercial air travel. Okay, I'll just tell you about this point. Okay, the last sentence. Okay, what happens in a commercial air travel? Uh, Many airlines, okay, because of the rules set by the regulatory body, you are not allowed to shoot any kind of content or something, right? You are not allowed to take pictures, you are not allowed to film a video, you are not allowed to do like all those kinds of activities, right? But in a charter flight, you can you have the access to shoot an entire picture sitting in that aircraft. Yeah, because you have owned the aircraft for few hours. That is the reason. Okay, you have owned the aircraft for few hours, and you rule the aircraft. Okay, you get to talk to the pilots if the pilots if the pilots are comfortable to talk with you people during the flight. Okay, only then, otherwise you're not allowed to get into the cockpit after the plane has taken off from the ground. Okay, and until and unless it doesn't arrives back to the ground. Then now we come uh, and we will study about service industry or service marketing. Okay, the just listen to this. Okay, right now I'm going to tell you the definition of the service marketing. So the definition of the service marketing is like, the American Marketing Association defines services as activities, benefits, or satisfactions that are offered for sale or provided with sale of goods to the customer, that is pre-sale and after sale service. Okay, I will be uh, typing this same thing on the chat box, guys, so please give me like few seconds, okay, like give me a minute so I can just type this entire definition on the chat box. Okay, and for those who are not who couldn't be part of this live session, you guys can see the chat replay box. Okay, the chat replay box will be available after the live session. You can see, you can check that box as well. Okay, if you still don't find it, I will put the definition on the comment section. Okay, and I'll pin the comment over there. Okay, so give me a minute. So with this, I have uploaded, I have updated the definition on the chat box. Okay, after the live stream gets over, I'll update it in the comment section as well. Then, um, uh, okay, the following. Okay, with this we have finished the definition of the marketing. Sorry, the definition of service marketing. Okay. Um, then uh, the following. Okay, the things what you can see in front of your screens. Okay, uh, the following forms the marketing mix for service marketing. Meaning we have 7 P's of service marketing. Okay, and out of which the first 4 P's, uh, okay, those are the core, okay, of service marketing, and the next 3 P's, okay, they are the extended marketing mix. Okay, so on the first place, why do we say 7 P's? Because if you see each and every term over there, they start with the letter P, or I can call it as they start with the letter Papa. Okay. Uh, then let's look into the uh, first P of service marketing. That is product. Listen to me carefully. Product is your core offering. This is the thing. Okay, it's a thing that will fulfill the needs of your customer. If your product is faulty, everything else fails. Okay, the attributes of the product, um vis-a-vis the attributes offered, I can say it's like wait, the attributes of the product, the or the attributes, okay, offered by by competing products and substituents are important in estimating the competitive scenario for the market strategy formulation. Okay, I'll just paste what okay I'll just drop down the subtitles in a while. Okay, I'll just add the captions to what I've told. After the live session, I'll update the captions as well for these. Uh, then comes after I add those captions, you guys will have a proper clear picture on what are the meaning of these different 7 P's. Okay, so next comes price. Okay, a price has a lot of impact on the service buyer's satisfaction level, right? Often paying a higher price makes a customer more satisfied. Yeah, right. हम लोग yeah, it happens, right? If you see two products, like one is worth 1,000 rupees and another one is worth 5,000 rupees. So what do people do? What most people do, they go and buy the 5,000 rupee one. They don't want to buy the 1,000 rupee one because uh, the people, okay, they start judging it. Ki, the 1,000 rupee product has like I don't they'll be judging why is the shopkeeper selling that product, that same product for 1,000 rupees and the other guy is selling for 5,000 rupees. Maybe if you go and buy the 1,000 rupee one, it's a faulty piece, or the you don't have after sale service. Okay, something like those, right? The product won't run for a long time. Okay, but in case if you go for a 5,000 rupees one, you think, yeah, the product uh, has after sale service, it has a good lifetime, it will work properly, all those things comes in your mind, right? Like that. So price is often considered as a proxy for quality and vice versa. What is important to note that services being all the more intangible, the price becomes an important factor for the actual service consumption to happen. After service awareness and service acknowledgement, okay, these are the things what really makes a price off. Okay, you need to pay for all these stuff as well, right? Okay, so uh, I forgot to discuss about the examples, right? Oh yeah, right. Okay, so for examples for product is transportation. Okay, um, wait a second, guys. Yeah. So promotion, um, not. I had to talk about product, right? So, in terms of airline industry, what is the product of the airline industry? Then what is the main product of the airline industry? Is transportation. Okay. So, how big? Like, if you guys wonder, like, how transportation is like one of the for service in the airline industry, whether whether it be anything, okay, like whether it's a regional carrier, low cost carrier, charter airline, or is it a major airline, whether let it be anything, okay. Its uh, its main product is to transport goods, okay, to transport goods from one place to another, from point A to point B, uh, to uh, to uh, to connect two destinations for the ease of travel for for the passengers. Okay, so these like these things, okay, are the product for an airline industry, right? So next we talked about price. Okay, price has a lot of impact, okay, on the service buyer's satisfaction level, right? I have already told this. Okay, they have a lot of impact on the service buyer's satisfaction level. Okay, um, same thing goes for the price of a ticket. Okay, like if you see, okay, like if you go approach to a travel agent, okay, especially, so what uh, they do is, um, they will have variety of ranges, okay, of the flight. Okay, suppose if I want to fly from Bangalore to Mumbai on an example, okay, I'll just give an example on Air India, uh, on an Air India flight that is scheduled at 1800 hours uh, from Bangalore, the time of departure. Okay, so what happens is here is that the uh, okay uh, the travel agent, okay, he will be having different types of fares, okay, for the same particular flight. Okay, he will be saying that, yeah, like this like I have a flight, like I have a ticket which costs around 3500 rupees. I'm giving an example. Okay, this ticket costs 3500 rupees. Okay, in this you will not be able to have any meals. Okay, you won't have meals option in this. Okay, then he'll give you another option. I have this ticket, it charges 4100 rupees. Okay, which includes even meal in that. Okay, like this, like they have, like, yeah, they have different ticket prices. Okay, so it's upon the customer. So what does he or she wants to choose, right? Like that the things goes over here. Okay, it's not I don't want it's not only with Air India. Okay, like there are many airlines, okay, which has like all these offers and all this stuff, okay, on their tickets. The um, the travel agents, okay, knows these things very much, okay, and they are very familiar to all this stuff. Then I want to talk about place. Okay, place often offers a different side of values. Okay, like I'm talking about the utility given to the passengers, to the customer. Okay, your customer is nothing but your passengers. Your passengers is your customer. Okay, Like I'll ask you a question, okay? Would who would sorry wait the question was, who would want to travel 10 miles, okay, to have a regular dinner, and if that is priced very competitively and has a super quality? Tell me, would you want to travel 10 miles to have a regular dinner, even if that is priced very competitively and has a super quality? Would you? 10 miles. Mm, no, right? And you'd be thinking that I would just rather travel on this ticket. At least I will, right? And suppose if I give you a 5,000 rupees, okay, and I tell you, okay, this is a 5,000 rupees, go like around like 30 kilometers down from your road, like from your home, there's a amazing restaurant, and there's a rooftop cafe. Go and have something. Would you spend that entire 5k on on just eating? It's better, like if I would been at your place, I would rather bought an airline ticket and I would have flown somewhere. Like, okay, so that is with your case, right? Services are often chosen for their place utility. Okay, that's what. Closer to the customers means high probability of purchase. Place utility is important to evaluate for strategizing on the other six P's. Okay, so the example for this I could give you like in terms of aircraft destinations. For the aircraft, for the airline industry is destinations, okay, or the aircraft. Okay, why destination? Because for an airline, its end place is destinations to from point A to point B. Like obviously, like the airline industries, like they always focus on point B. How can my passengers reach to point B? Okay, that is one of the place, and second is aircraft. On what type of aircraft will I be sending my passengers to that destination? On what type of aircraft, like which type of aircraft will be flying on that destination? That all the things is taken care by the airline industry. Okay, suppose if you say that I want to travel on like I want to travel from Bangalore to Delhi on an Airbus A380, that's not possible, right? It's that's your assumption, like that's your wish totally, and then and but that won't be possible. Okay, but yeah, if you say I want to travel from Bangalore to Delhi on an Airbus A320, that is possible because many airlines own it, and many airlines fly to Bangalore to Delhi on Airbus A320, right? They travel on Airbus A320, they travel on uh, Boeing 737s. Okay, many, like there are very few different type of aircrafts which travel from Bangalore to Delhi. Like, okay, there are. I hope you guys are getting my point. Okay, then I'll be talking. Then I'm talking. Then I'll talk about promotion. Okay, promotion plays an important role, okay, in the perception to target the possible uh, uh, target audience, okay, uh, who uh, have known about your service. Okay, there has to be a fit, okay, between the promotion and the positioning, obviously. Okay, promotion leads to service, okay, service in essence the brand recognition, okay, and further it should establish a proxy to evaluate quality of services based on potential customers. Many different promotional tools are often used by any company, okay, are like, let me just talk about like airline industry. So what are the different promotional techniques or tools, okay, used by airline industry? Okay, quickly one is they use the method of internet, okay, internet advertisements. Second, they do it in any some of these special events, okay. You see, right, like most of the national uh, national television events, okay, like national events, okay, their travel partners will be an airline company, right? If you either see ICC, okay, the ICC cricket board, okay, I'm talking about the, okay, International Cricket Council, okay. So if you see that, um, when like they all, like it's clearly stated over there ki travel partner, like most of the times if you see a cricket match, okay, like an international cricket match like a World Cup or something, most of the time it will be shown on the screens, okay, the advertisement screens over that, like which are very close to the boundary wall, okay, the ones which are close to the boundary wall, the LED panels, okay, there you will be seeing about Fly Emirates, right, over there. That means ki uh, Emirates is doing their promotion, okay. There'll be like airlines over there, there are like many companies, okay, who promote their businesses on those LED panels, right? Yeah. Then what's next? Endorsements, okay, which happen out of the store, okay, or in-store merchandising like branded box from custom boxes, okay. Now plastic dump bins and digital signage also, okay, they are doing it, okay. Then you have hoardings, right? You see big hoardings on the main roads, right? Yeah. Then you have magazines. Some airlines promote themselves on the magazines as well. Okay. Then comes then the next thing what I want to talk about is people. Yep. I want to talk about people. People are very crucial, okay, in the service delivery or in the service marketing or in the airline industry. We need people, we need passengers, right? Let me tell you that the best food may not seem equally uh, palatable if the waitress is in a sore mood. A smile always helps. Intensive training to your intensive training for your human resources on how to handle customers and how to deal with contingencies is a crucial for your success, okay. So so in terms of airline industry, you really need passengers because those are the important thing, okay. Like passengers, if you don't have passengers, obviously the airline won't be able to generate revenue, right? So uh, and not only the passengers, okay, for airline industry, people is also the employees, okay, working under them. There is a wording going on, right? Ki the employees, okay, the employees are the backbone of the company, of any airline industry or any uh, industry, okay, whether it's an IT sector or a health sector, any sector, the employees working in that company is the backbone of of that particular company, right? If we don't have employees working, obviously the company will not touch great heights, okay. So you need to have proper employees working, okay. You need to have customers so they can put their money in buying your airline tickets. That's the main thing, right? Next, I want to talk about processes. Okay, I want to talk about process. Process is an important, okay, is an important one of these piece to deliver a quality service. Okay, services being intangible, processes, okay, it processes your service. um, Services being intangible, processes become all the more crucial to ensure standards, okay, are met with. Okay, uh, process mapping ensures that your service is perceived as being dependable on your target segment. Okay. Mm, so like I just want to tell this, like this also called as organizing. Okay, like it is obviously, like if you being in an airline industry, you need to know how to organize things, right? How should you handle a passenger? How should you handle a particular team, right? You need to know all those things, right? So that is what it states over here. Okay, you need to ensure that you have given certain standards. Okay, you need to be on those standards which is set by the company. Okay, and you need to uh, uh, organize the things according to it. Okay, just suppose if an angry passenger, okay, uh, if there's a passenger, okay, who who is angry on the services, okay, like he approached to the check-in counter and he started yelling badly. Okay, and you are being told, right, to um sorry, right, sorry, that's not the thing I want to tell you. Okay, so the way uh, they conduct, okay, the airline business, okay, like how it's being conducted, okay, is called process. The simplest way I can just tell you, okay, the simplest meaning what I can tell you about process is like how airlines, how airline businesses, how they are conducted. Okay, yeah. Next, lastly, I want to talk about physical evidence. Okay, physical evidence affects uh, the customer satisfaction. All right. um, Often like services, okay, being intangible, uh, customers, they depend on other cues to judging the particular offering. Okay, this is where physical evidence plays a part. Let me ask you this: would you like eating at a joint where the table is greasy, or the waitresses and cooks look untidy and wear a stained apron? Surely you would evaluate the quality of the experience through proxies such as these, right? Yeah. Um, so that is it. Okay. So this talks like how a person judges on the particular airline industry. So what are the ways you judge? You see the airline ticket, right? You see the airline ticket, you see like what kind of design they have maintained this airline ticket. Okay, I hate the design. Some people say like it's a completely formal way of presenting an airline ticket and all the stuff, right? Next, you are like next is the uniform. Okay, like what uniform the crew members wear. Okay, people start judging on that, on them as well, right? Okay, There are some people who do that. Then you have boarding pass. I have already told you about it. Okay. Then you food. Okay. People judge on food. Like ये क्या गंदा खाना मेरे सामने आया. Something like that, right? Then you have ambience. The how calm is the flight. Okay. Then you judge about seats. Okay. All this stuff. Okay. You often talk, right? So these are the things like which are physically seen, right? But you are um, mm, and lastly, obviously, you have the aircraft. Okay, if suppose if the aircraft is not cleaned properly, obviously you'll judge on that as well, right? Then um we study about the characteristics of service marketing. This is also called as the features of service marketing. Okay, either you can call it as characteristics or you can call it as the features. Okay, we are only sticking to the characteristics of service marketing. Okay, in terms of the airline industry, I will try my best to explain this vast topic in simple words. Okay, I will uh, give you the meaning of each of them. Okay, and then I'll try giving some suitable examples with it. Okay, so number one is intangibility. A physical product is visible and concrete. Services are intangible. My first question to you people, I forgot to ask this in before itself. I wanted to ask what is intangible. Okay, you can answer that in the chat box. Okay, you can just start throwing your answers on the chat box right now. Okay, intangible is nothing but something with no physical presence. Okay, or things that cannot be touched. Right? Yeah, the service cannot the services offered over there, you cannot touch those or viewed. Okay, so it is difficult for the clients, okay, to tell in advance what they will be getting, right? For example, banks, they promote the sale of credit cards, right, by emphasizing the conveniences and advantage derived from possessing a credit card, right? Yeah, an example to this in terms of our airline industry, our airline sectors, our airline industry, sorry, yeah, is that Indigo. I have the best example of Indigo Airlines. Okay, Indigo 6E. Okay, um, Indigo believes that on-time flights means on-time meetings, and it also addresses customers' psychological needs. That is what they believe. Yeah. Then we have another cute example for intangibility. That is flight attendants. Okay, in Air India, they are dressed in traditional outfits, which truly gives the flavor of our Indian culture. Okay, so like yeah, like all those stuff. Okay, then we have uh, then we have something called as heterogeneity. Okay, so services which involve people, and we know that each people is different, right? If we see, there is always a strong possibility that the inquiry would be answered, okay, slightly different by different people, or even the same person at different times, right? To understand this, it is important for us to minimize the difference in performance, okay, which is done through training, standard setting, and quality assurance. Yes, these three things, what I said just now, will create a huge impact and will benefit the airline. Okay, so this mostly happens during what do you say, like you call to the airline customer care. Okay, one guy says one thing, okay, then after a few minutes you call back to them, okay, or after a few days you call back to them, okay, and you address the same issue to them. The other person says something different. right? And you get confused, like whom to listen, whom and whom not to listen. Okay, this is the major barrier. Okay, like this has to be broken. Okay, that this can be done only through those three things what I've already told. Okay, one is through the training, second is through the standard settings, and third is through the quality assurance. Okay, the quality of services which is offered by the airline companies in India currently, they can never be standardized. Okay, like mostly they are not standardized, because if they think of changing anything, okay, if they try improving their standards, okay, or they try adding something new, okay, the money comes into play, and you know how much money is needed for changing anything within an organization, right? And also if we see the AirAsia case, okay, I don't know, like, will this example be best suited or not? Let's try it out. Okay, the issue with flap 3 and flap full landings over there, okay, cost also comes into picture, right? Flap 3 landing needs less fuel compared to flap full landing. Okay, that is why the airlines, okay, have strictly told its pilots to have at least, they should have at least 98% of flap 3 landings. If you ask how much fuel does flap 3 landing save, then the answer to this is around 4 to 5 kgs roughly. For like, for one or two flights, this doesn't make a huge difference for the pilot's perspective. Okay, but for the airline, they see the overall operation costs. Okay, that is why no airlines wants to add an additional expenses on the services what they provide. Okay, this is what this was just an actual example, okay, which took place. And yeah, yeah, if I talk on this, if suppose if AirAsia, okay, if they change their SOPs, okay, if they change their SOPs, obviously they will incur more costs, okay, and it's necessary, guys, like because if they don't change this, the chances are like they are affecting people's life. Okay, they are playing with the lives of the passenger of 180 to 200 passengers sitting behind them, behind the cab in the cabin, right? Yeah. And example for heterogeneity is that Vistara, they provide free beverages to all premium economy and business class passengers right before flight takes off. Okay. Uh, then we have got inseparability. Um, Guys, I want you guys to listen to this point very carefully, okay, if you want to understand this part. Okay. Here, personal services cannot be separated from the individual. Here, individual is the passengers. Okay. Then, services are created and consumed simultaneously. This service is being produced at the same time that the client is receiving it at the same time. Meaning, the airline and must and should invest in good hiring and training procedures. Okay. Then you have on-flight services. Okay, increase the standardization of the overall services. Okay, the performance, okay, process should be smooth and effective throughout the organization, and throughout the flight. Okay, and also the airline must monitor customer satisfaction by filling forms while on flights. Best example for this particular point is that some airlines, uh, let me tell you that airlines who have LED screens uh, installed in front of every seat. Before 10 minutes into the landing, the screen pops out with a feedback form where there will be questions written, okay, and you need to answer to their questions based on the emojis displayed. Okay, you'll be having like around some 4 to 5 different emojis, okay, of different expressions. You have to basically tap on one of the emojis to rate your experience. Okay, then Indian Airlines, okay. If I tell this ki the Indian Airlines, okay, must come out with similar strategies, okay. This will help them improve their in-flight services. I know कि उनका बैलेंस शीट का नक्शा ही बदल जाएगा. It's up to them now. Then example for inseparability is if you guys know this that Indigo um, in like Indigo till November 2017 they had only one type of fleet, that was Airbus A320s, right? Operating on single fleet since 2008 till 2017, meaning almost 9 years, right? uh, like operating on a single fleet, the company was able to reduce the training cost of the crew, the maintenance cost also comes down, okay, especially the ground staff working near the aircraft. Then we have aircraft engineers, they like their job was till that time the job was to focus only on one type of aircraft. Now they have now Indigo has all they have ATR 72 600s in their fleet as well, right? Like they have added ATR 72 600s only to connect underserved airports to a nearby major airport. Example like flights from Tirupati to Bangalore, okay, or you can say it as like Tirupati to Hyderabad, like, or yeah, like, yeah, right. So like destinations like these, where Tirupati is an underserved market, okay, you don't have much uh, like like you need to have connectivity from those places all the way to Bangalore. Then we have Air India and Vistara. They provide meals for free, right? Like you don't have to book it separately in many cases, but in my case, when I flew with Jet Airways, I had to pay at that like I had to pay my I had to pay for my meals because like at that time company was under like crisis. uh, they were like they big like the जो crisis का वो हिस्सा वो crisis उस वक्त से वो start हो चुका था इसलिए and they had charged an additional food expenses from me, okay. Then to increase more frequency on the routes, okay, Indigo and Spicy, they have started with red eye flights within the domestic sectors. Those who don't know what red eye flight is, then let me tell you that a red eye flight is nothing but flights that are scheduled from 2300 hours till 0600 hours, or in other words, night 11 o'clock till 6 in the morning. They are called as red eye flights. Other words, okay, or I'll just tell you another word, okay. Like the aircraft like it will depart somewhere around in midnight, okay, and it will arrive like in the earliest morning. This is derived from the distinctive red eye of weary travelers, something frequent flyers are intimately familiar with this, since these non-stop flights only last a short time and passengers get will not be able to get the necessary deep sleep, okay, what they need to tackle for the next day. uh, yeah. Then last characteristics what I want to touch is about under service marketing is perishability. Let me ask you this question, that what is the meaning of perishable? We will first see that things which cannot stay for a longer time, right? So Services have a high degree of perishability. Unused capacity cannot be stored for future use. If services are not used today, it is lost forever. For example, spare seats in an aeroplane on an aircraft cannot be transferred to the next flight. Similarly, empty rooms in five-star hotels and credits cannot be utilized, which are an example of service leading to economic losses. As services are activities performed for simultaneous consumption, they perish unless it is consumed. Does that make sense to all of the viewers watching this video? Yes, right. You guys can read the examples on the screen, okay? You have the examples are there in front of your screens. If you have any doubts, let me know, okay? I will answer now, or I shall answer to you people in the comments below after the live stream is over for the day, okay? So guys, if you have any doubts, just put down your doubts over there, okay? First read the paragraphs and then let me know the doubts. So I haven't got any response in the chat box other than like people are spamming the chat box with Aviation GuruJi OP. I will assume that you have understood this, okay? This is all um, like this message, like I guess, like, yeah, you have understood this, right? Like I'm talking to like all the 10 live viewers who is watching this live crash course, right? Like all the 10 of you, right? Yeah. Then we have um, oh, we have finished the chapter. That's great. So, guys, that was it for today's session. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button, share this playlist. Um, after this video, after this live session has been ended, okay, this will be available on the playlist, okay. So from there you can like copy the playlist and share it to other aspirants or with your friends, or and if you want to talk to me, okay, then you can follow me on Instagram, and you can DM me your questions, your queries over there. Okay, the link to my Instagram account is given in the description box below. Join my Discord server where we both will have a detailed discussion on the topics covered here so far. So guys, always remember, good aviation aspirant is always learning, exploring. See you on the next live session. All the best. Yours, Aviation Guruji.